Anna Hartley had always been a restless spirit, curious, bold, and drawn to the kind of mysteries other kids ran from. She lived with her father, Michael Hartley, a quiet but hardworking man who had raised her alone after tragedy stole her mother away. Michael adored his daughter, but he also feared the fierce curiosity burning inside her. He knew curiosity had teeth. On the first evening of autumn, they were driving home from a fertilizer factory nearly 10 kilometers away. The pickup rumbled down the familiar road surrounded by tall, whispering trees. Anna watched the scenery through the window, half dazed with sleep, when something caught her eye. A path. More like a wound in the landscape. A narrow, crooked trail carved into the earth, barely visible between the overgrown brush. Shadows clung to it unnaturally. "Dad," Anna murmured, "where does that pathway go?" Michael stiffened instantly, his knuckles whitened around the steering wheel. It took him several seconds to answer, and his voice trembled when he did. "That's the red pathway," he said. "No one knows where it leads because the ones who tried never came back." Anna blinked. "Never?" Michael exhaled shakily. A deep ache settled into his eyes. "My best friend Tom Grayson vanished there when we were kids. Thought he'd explore it for fun. We searched for days, weeks, not a trace." He looked at Anna now, desperate. "Promise me you'll never go near it. I mean it." "Anna, that place doesn't take prisoners." She promised. But the promise didn't survive the night. That dream, God, that dream, dragged her straight back to the red pathway. In her mind, the path flowed with fresh blood, warm and slick beneath her feet. She followed the crimson stream into a clearing where bodies lay heaped like discarded dolls, rotted, torn, twisted. A hand shot up from the pile and clamped around her ankle. A voice gurgled, "Don't run from it." Anna woke screaming. The next day, still shaken, she told her friends Sarah Mills, Billy Carter, and Abel Monroe. Sarah recoiled instantly, begging Anna to forget the dream, forget the pathway, forget everything. But Billy, despite trembling visibly, agreed to go because he couldn't bear the thought of looking weak in front of Anna. Abel, fearless and chaotic, thought the entire idea sounded like the perfect thrill. Abel offered his truck. Anna set the time, 10 p.m. That night, Anna slipped past her sleeping father, heart hammering. Her flashlight, water bottle, and pocket knife weighed heavily in her backpack. She met the boys at Abel's truck, and together they rattled down the moonless road. "Are you guys ready?" Anna whispered once they were close. Billy stuttered. Abel smirked. No one truly was. The moment they stepped onto the red pathway, the air changed. It grew colder, unnaturally so. The forest fell completely silent. Even insects refused to chirp. Their flashlights dimmed, flickering like dying stars. Something was wrong with that place. Something ancient. Something hungry. Back in town, Sarah broke under the weight of her guilt. She confessed everything to her parents, who immediately alerted Officer Daniel Ruiz. They called Anna's father, too. Within minutes, Michael was racing toward the forest in his pickup, terror pounding through him. But the kids were already deep inside. Anna, Billy, and Abel trudged along the narrowing trail. Trees grew twisted as if warped by some unseen force. Dark claw marks tore through the bark. Blood spotted the leaves like macabre fingerprints. The smell of decay thickened the air. Then Billy tripped and fell hard. When the flashlight beam landed, all three froze. A corpse, a middle-aged man, skin half-rotted, chest ripped open. His head hung on by mere strands of flesh. Billy's scream echoed through the forest. And then it appeared. The creature stepped onto the path, silent and pale. Its body sagged like wet clay, bones pushed against skin. Its eyes glowed an unnatural, violent red. And when it smiled, its teeth looked rotten and wrong. Abel acted first. He grabbed the iron rod from his backpack and charged, yelling. The creature caught him effortlessly by the throat and flung him into a tree with bone-shattering force. His body crumpled, motionless. Anna and Billy ran. Branches tore at their faces. Their chests burned. The forest groaned with each step. They dove behind a fallen log, gasping silently, praying the creature hadn't seen them. Billy peeked over the top. Nothing. He peeked again. The creature's face was inches from his. It grinned. Then its jaws clamped onto Billy's throat, ripping it open in one swift motion. Blood sprayed, hot and thick. Billy gurgled, convulsing, as Anna screamed and scrambled backward. She ran blindly, sobbing, but the monster caught her with inhuman ease. Its long fingers wrapped around her neck, lifting her off the ground. It stared at her, head tilting, curious. Its own flesh had begun to rot and peel. It needed a new vessel. With a slow, deliberate squeeze, her neck snapped. Anna's body hit the ground, still, silent. Moments later, her fingers twitched. Her eyes opened, empty, gone. The creature slid into her body like a parasite into a host. Minutes after, Michael Hartley reached the entrance of the red pathway. Sweat soaked his shirt and tears blurred his vision. Anna! He screamed. Anna! A silhouette stepped out of the shadows. Anna, standing motionless, neck slightly crooked, eyes void of life. Michael fell to his knees. No, no, God, not my baby. His voice cracked into a sob. First Tom, now my daughter. The thing wearing Anna's body smiled faintly. Then it turned and walked back into the forest, disappearing forever. When Officer Daniel Ruiz and the other parents finally arrived, Michael stood there, hollow, shaking. Ruiz asked quietly, Michael, what did you see? Michael swallowed the knife of grief in his throat. Don't bother, he whispered. The kids are gone. If you survived this story, the darkness wants more of you. For more chilling horrors, subscribe to Insidious Tales on YouTube. Like, comment, and share. Every click feeds the nightmare.